Congratulations, man. You just bought the program. You're doing a good thing. You're investing in yourself. A little fun fact for you. A lot of people tell me, like, man, you're so inspirational. How did you learn all this stuff? Dude, I invested in myself. Not school education that some of you go to. I didn't go to school. I dropped out of college. That was the best decision I've ever made. But self-education, sales, how to control a situation, okay? Closing, how to go and meet and greet a customer, how to run a company. I talked to other entrepreneurs. I paid them money. I'm like, dude, just give me a little bit of your time. I took things from here, I took things from there, and I became who I am today. And the point of this product is, the point of this little video series I'm making is not to tell you how to do it, but to tell you how I did it, and you'll learn from it, and you'll go on to do your own thing, to make your own solution to the problems. In California, the first thing you need to do is you need to get licensed, okay? So I went to school for 6 months, and it's an online course. All you gotta do is sign up and pay like $1,200 and they send you a bunch of books and DVDs and all that stuff. And I studied for 6 months. And when I say I studied, I mean I half-assed it, right? Because I was always a half-asser. I would never even dream of having a company like this right now. I just half-assed a lot of things. I was like oh, you know, don't work so hard. Success comes to those who wait. Blah, blah, blah. That's a bunch of bullshit, man. Success comes to no one that waits. Success comes to those that spend money, like you did, and buy this program, and invest money into their company. Basically, all life is spending money to get ahead. In order to blow up your business, dude, you gotta spend money. You keep thinking so small, you keep thinking little. Oh, I'm gonna save every penny and I'm gonna be rich. You're gonna be old. You're not gonna be rich. You're gonna be old. Dump every single money you have back into the company, okay? That's not the point. Right now we're talking about licensing, how I did it. So the licensing part, it came in the mail. You know, I skimmed through it, half-assed it a little bit, and the test date came in, and I was already like $1,600 in, and I went to take the test, and I was like, oh, you know, they said 95% passing ratio, so I took the test, and I'm like, oh, it's pretty easy, right? And they tell you the results right then and there. The first test failed by 1 question. Oh, dude, I was so mad. I'm like, oh my God. The second test failed by, I don't know, 20 questions. Horrible, horrible. I was so angry. I had no one to blame but myself, realistically. So what I did, I went straight home. I paid money. Look, it's a little guy. By the way, man, these things are awesome. You can get a trencher attachment for it. Very nice tool. So I went home, I sent in the paperwork, I reapplied for the test, got the paperwork back in. 2 months. Oh my God, bro. 2 months? Are you joking me? So I said, fine. Literally 6 hours a day. I didn't work back then, right? I had no money. 6 hours a day I spent on the computer, reading, studying, just cramming. I was like, I made it my life goal, my life mission to never fail this test again. I felt like such a piece of garbage, like failure to the max. Dude, I was like so guilty. I was like, this is ridiculous, how dare you? And I went back again, took the test. I was the first one out, passed both tests right away, bam, bam. So when you go to take the test for your licensing, don't half-ass it, dude. You have to study. Like, I know most of you that do landscaping and lawn care and all that stuff, like, these are the people that don't really like to read, but you have to train yourself to read. You have to study. If you don't study and if you don't educate yourself, you're just gonna be an idiot your whole life, and you're gonna be running a solo operation. You're gonna do solo mowing. Like, I know that's not why you bought this program, okay? You're not here watching this because you wanna be a solopreneur. Save that for the other channels, okay? You have to know how to study, right? Just sit there and cram, dude. Don't get up, don't do this, don't go on Facebook. Just cram the tests, pass them. So I was literally the first one out of that room, and I felt so accomplished, so powerful. I was like, man, dude, I made it, dog. I freaking made it. 10x, you know? And at this time I was studying my Uncle G, and he did help me out tremendously. He was the one that got me off of drugs and all that stuff. But that is a video for another time. So after I got my license, the first thing you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to get bonded. And to get bonded, it's like $400. It's nothing. Just do it, get it bonded, get it out of the way. So once you're bonded, then they send you the actual license number. And keep in mind, I'm telling you everything that I went through in the state of California. So if you live in Nebraska or Arkansas or Alabama, it might be different. You might not even need a license. I have no idea. Do some research. Check with your state government if you need a license to run a business in your town. Now I need the work. How do I get the work? How do you get the work, right? I did what worked for me in the past. And what worked for me in the past is flyers. I used to print out flyers. I bought this folding machine that just goes and it folds them in like little 3-fold sandwiches. And I went out to houses in California and I kept putting them on the doors. And what I quickly realized is in California, or at least in San Jose, they don't have mailboxes that are on the road. Like back in Chicago, they used to have mailboxes that were on the street, like on the street right by the curb, and there was like 8 mailboxes right there. So you could hit 8 different houses in 30 seconds. So that's how we used to pass out flyers. I used to pay a guy 10 bucks an hour to pass out flyers, and we used to do like 1,000 flyers a day. And if I would get 10 calls from those 1,000, I was like, yeah, man, we doing good, we doing good. But now, I can't do that anymore. I have to walk house to house to house. So what did I do? I had no other choice. I walked house to house to house to house. I passed out 1,200 flyers, didn't get one single call. Felt like such a big disappointment. I said, all right, screw this. That's the thing. Nothing works until it does. And then you're like, wow, that really worked well. Okay? So just keep doing it. Be consistent. If you're gonna pass out flyers every single day for 4 hours. Don't be a little bitch and pass out flyers for 20 minutes a day thinking you're gonna get something out of it. No, man. How about you do that for 4 hours? Next thing I did is I printed out another 2,000 flyers. I went to the post office and I did the every door direct mail thing, right? I spent probably $800 and I hit, I don't know, I don't remember how many houses. It was a few thousand houses. I hit them up. 0 calls. 0. 2,000 flyers. The mailman did it. I paid the mailman. Every door direct. 0 calls. And I said, all right, well that didn't work. That was a complete waste of money. I just spent like $4 grand on paper, printing, mailman, not even including my time. And I got an idea. I'm like, hey, I should go to shopping malls, because shopping malls, there's a lot of cars, and some of them might be tourists, some of them might not be, but most of them are local. And I'll go on like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay? Around lunchtime, because that's when everyone's there. Printed out a few thousand flyers on paper. These weren't like professional done postcards. These were just like normal flyers. I went to the parking garages of shopping malls, big shopping malls, and I started blasting flyers. Bang, 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 bang. And I found out that my real estate friend, he was doing the same thing, and I was like, hey man, why don't we go do them together? Like, you go to one side and I go to one side, you pass out mine, I pass out yours, and we'll be done in half the time. And he said, all right, let's roll. So that worked out well. Here's the thing, nothing works until it does. And then you're like, wow, that really worked well. Okay, so just keep doing it. Be consistent. If you're gonna pass out flyers every single day for 4 hours. Don't be a little bitch and pass out flyers for 20 minutes a day thinking you're gonna get something out of it. No, man. How about you do that for 4 hours? And I was like, dude, I have to get phone calls. There's no way I'm not gonna get phone calls. One phone call. It was some Indian guy. Tigran, I would like some landscaping done. I would like to pay. Dude, he was so cheap. He wanted to pay me like $6,000 for a $10,000 job. I still tried to get it, and then last minute I was like, fine, just get it. Get one, okay? You don't have to make money on it. I wasn't gonna lose money on it. That's the most important thing that you have to understand is, in the beginning, don't worry about making money, dude. Just get frequent, okay? I said, fine, I'll take the job for $6 grand. And we're literally, I have the contract, I go meet him. You know what this guy does? He's like, well, I want it done for 5,000. I got emotional, not gonna lie to you. I got emotional, I stood up, and I said, I'm out of here. I don't need this. Goodbye. And he was like, oh, where are you going? Where are you going? I'm like, I'm not gonna do this, dude. And I'm like, I'm already not making money on this job, and you're just trying to skimp me. And that's what's gonna happen to you in the beginning. I hope it doesn't, because you're studying what I'm doing, and you'll see what mistakes I did, and you won't do those mistakes. After that meeting, I said, screw that guy. I don't want anything to deal with him anymore. And I moved on to the next one. Like, if people just try to like skimp on you and don't pay you and are just very cheap and stingy, just dip out on them, man. It doesn't matter. Just skip on them, okay? And then just go out, get new work, fill up your pipeline. Pipeline is like how much work you have coming through, okay? Fill up your pipeline, get that thing so full where if that guy does pull something like that, it's kind of a relief. Like right now, I'm in a position where I'm overbooked and I made a mistake and I took on a job where I shouldn't have. And right now, if a customer cancels on me, it'll be a relief because I'll actually be able to catch up. Entrepreneur means business owner that has people working under him, for him, subcontracting, whatever. Doesn't matter, but you need people. Steve Jobs did not build Apple by himself. Okay? There was people behind the scenes, man. Like, nothing is possible without people. And you guys have to get your people skills good. Like, you have to understand how to communicate with people. Okay? Some of you guys, like, this is the straight up truth about the lawn industry, dude. Y'all are some hillbilly rednecks that don't shave, chew dip, and you're fat. And you think you're gonna get customers, dude. You need to be in the best shape, spiritually, mentally, and physically, okay? Let's say Hillbilly Joe walks up with a little beard and a dip in with jeans ripped, a white shirt that has a mud on it, and he doesn't know how to communicate correctly, doesn't have good English, and by the way, English is my third language, okay? For you guys that think, oh, you know, you went to a good school. Dude, I had a 1.6 GPA in high school. I barely passed. Literally, my teachers liked me because I was just funny that they passed me. If it was up to my grades, I'd fail everything. I'd still be in high school. I just didn't try. I didn't commit. I didn't apply myself. I didn't care. Really, I just didn't give a shit. You know? So, if Hillbilly Joe walks up looking all dirty like that, and then I walk up clean cut, haircut, shaven, you know, no mud on me, clean skin, thin, in good shape, communicate good, who do you think is gonna get the job? I don't care if Hillbilly Joe knows how to do it better, right? I'm a better salesman, and I know that. Hillbilly Joe's got nothing on me, dude. So, some of you guys need to start getting in shape. You need to stop eating McDonald's and Burger King every single day for lunch. You need to go eat a salad, man. Lay off the soda, because it's crippling you. Not only your body, but your mind. Do some research on sugar and see what it does to your mind and how destructive it is to you. And you already know it's bad for you, but some of y'all still drink it, okay? And who do you think is gonna get the job? Hillbilly Joe or me? I'm gonna get the job. That's why I've been doing so well, because it's not that I know how to do the work. Most of you guys are like, hey man, how did you start your company? You don't even know how to do the work. Dude, you're not supposed to know how to do the work. You're supposed to sell the job. You're supposed to be a salesman. You're supposed to be, you're supposed to control the company in which direction it goes, okay? If your employees or the people that work under you control the company, we got a problem, man. We got a problem. If your word is not law in your company, we got a problem, man. We got a big problem. What I did is I went out and I passed out more flyers, more flyers. I kept blasting Craigslist. Kept blasting Craigslist hard. And I got my first job off of Craigslist. Can you believe that? It was a big mulch job. It was about 20 yards. And it was laying down some flagstone, weed block, and getting rid of the grass that was there. My first job is in the books. It's in the schedule. It's signed, ready for us to do the work. It was a Tuesday when I closed the deal. I said next Wednesday I'm gonna start the job, okay? And when you say you're gonna do something, you gotta do it. Fully committed. So I go to the material yard and I order. And I didn't really know how much to order. I had no idea. So what I ended up doing was I went to the material yard and I asked the guy kindly if he could please help me out. This is my first job. I don't know what I'm doing. Just go and tell the guy you don't know what you're doing. People want to help people, dude. People want to help people. He luckily knew how to help me. I knew how to estimate mulch. It was around 20 yards of mulch. So we ordered that and that was good. A bunch of flagstone and a bunch of sand. So he said I need 2 tons of flagstone and a yard of base rock, a yard of sand, and I'm good to go. And I said, okay, sir, completely trust you. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's roll. There was a lot of things that I had no idea how to do. The one thing that I remember that was very, very, very handy to have when I was working for the other landscape company as a laborer for 3 weeks. I was working there for 3 weeks. It was a joke. I got fired. The one thing we used a lot was a jackhammer. Like, this thing was on probably 5 hours out of the 8-hour workday. So I said, okay, I need to figure out how I can get my hands on one of these tools. And to rent it is $100 bucks. And I was like, man, $100 to rent this thing for a day? I don't even know if I'll use it, but I wanted to have the tool there just in case. Did I go rent it? No. I went to Home Depot and I found out how much it was. It was a Bosch jackhammer, the big ones. It was like 1,600 bucks. I didn't get into landscaping for a short period of time. I got into landscaping for a long period of time. So I was like, okay, dude, you're gonna use this tool. This is gonna be a good tool. You have to go and just buy one. I went and bought one. I'm at the place. I'm right about to swipe the card, and literally some fear came in. I'm like, oh shit. You know, your mind plays tricks on you. You're like, oh no, what if I don't use this tool? What if this happens? What if this happens? What if the guys that were helping me don't even show up? I just started blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, swipe the credit card. Let's roll, dog. Just do it, man. In times like this, when you're gonna be put in a situation and you're scared, okay? Don't be scared. Just swipe the credit card, okay? Commit. Don't be a little bitch. Just commit. Get it out of the way. Finish it, man. Do it, all right? I swiped the credit card. I got the tool. I left. I put it inside my truck. I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be fun. I have 4 days to find people to help me. I had no idea where to find them. I started driving to like little Mexican restaurants. I started driving to little like Mexican stores, trying to find anyone that knew someone that could help me. Couldn't find anyone, dude. People just kept turning me down. They're like, no, we don't know anyone. I just think they didn't like me because I was a white boy. But that also might be my perception of how I view things. I don't think that was the case. I just wasn't a good salesman. I didn't communicate what I wanted correctly. Otherwise, they would have said, yeah, my cousin, he does this really well. You should give him a call. I just kept going. I was fully committed. Now look at this, man. I'm in the hole, right? I'm in the hole, materials. I already bought them, you can't return them, okay? I'm in the hole, a jackhammer. I already bought it. I mean, I could return it, but I'm not a little bitch. I'm not gonna return it. I said to myself, I'm in the hole, about $3,500. We got to figure this thing out. I kept going. For 3 days, I looked for people to help me. And in California, it might be different in your area. In California, there is, at Home Depot, at Ace Hardware, there's usually people standing outside. They're called day laborers, and they want to work for the day, and you pay them money and they leave. You pay them cash, okay? So that was like my only way, because I can't go out and hire legit employees. I don't even have a company. I don't even know what I'm doing, you know? So at this point, at this stage of your company, don't worry about all the legal stuff, dude. Like, you can't go out, hire a full employee, put him on payroll, and pay him, you know? You don't even have work. You just need people to get the job done, to help you and move on. So I go to Home Depot and I find all these guys standing around in a circle, and they're just waiting for someone to drive up with a truck, describe the project to them, and take them to the job. I rolled up and I was at the parking lot and my heart started to flutter. I was so scared. I'm like, dude, what do I do? Like, these guys, they want to work. Like, these are grown-ass men. I'm 25. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, and that's all I kept thinking, right? But I'm like, dude, remember the one thing that you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be really committed to what you're doing. No matter what mental garbage your mind tries to play on you and your doubt, be focused on your goal. I said, I have no other choice. I have to do it. When you have no plan B, dude, you're gonna figure it out. So I went to the guys and literally I drove up. Dude, the scariest thing happened. All of them swarmed my truck. They were starting to ask me questions. This. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, no. I rolled my window up and I drove away. I don't even know why I was scared back then, but I was, and I couldn't pull the trigger on anything. I decided I'm not gonna do that anymore. I went on Craigslist and I started posting ads on Craigslist. Guess what? Craigslist got me a bunch of garbage. It might work for you. I'm not saying don't do it, but it got me a bunch of garbage. It got me a bunch of like just hillbilly people that weren't really hard workers. I spent most of my Thursday. I spent my Friday, my Saturday, and I couldn't find anyone on Saturday. Literally, miracles happen when you are about to give up and quit. Seriously. I was literally about to give up and quit. It was Saturday around 12:30, 1 o'clock. I went to a Home Depot, my last stop. Literally, my last place I was gonna go to. I was giving up. And I'm walking, and there's a guy. He's walking to Home Depot. It's a little guy. And I'm like, oh, maybe he knows. So I go and I pull up my truck and I'm like, hey. And I didn't speak loud enough. He couldn't hear me. And I said, hey. I screamed like, hey. And the guy, he turns around and he's like, me? I'm like, yeah, you, come here. And he comes and he's like, I'm like, hey, can you help me do landscaping? I need landscaping. And he said, how much you pay me? I said, $150. And he literally started laughing at me. The guy started laughing at me and he walked away. And I said, stop. I'm like, what do you want? He said, $180. I said, okay, done. And he said, okay, when? I said, Monday. Can you drive? He said, I have a truck. I said, okay. Do you have some tools? He has some tools. I said, okay. Do you know how to do landscaping? He said, I know how to do landscaping. I said, okay. Things were looking good, real good. I was happy. I was like, oh my gosh, my first break, dude, someone actually gonna help me. And I didn't get a bad vibe from him. I got a really good vibe. Like, he's really a really good person, like ethical. I got his phone number. I sent him the address. I said, I have a bunch of tools. Please come help me. He said, okay, I'm bringing a friend. I said, do whatever you gotta do. Let's just get this thing done. I'm tired of freaking driving around with my finger up my ass. Monday comes. My first thing I had to do was get a sod cutter. I got my sod cutter. I get to the job. I had no idea how to use a sod cutter. The guy, apparently he knew how to use a sod cutter. He's done jobs like this before. I'm very happy about that he's actually done stuff like that. Very thankful. I said, okay, lead the way, my friend, lead the way. He took the sod cutter, started cutting shit up. I'm sitting there working, right? I'm peeling the sod back, putting it in a wheelbarrow, dumping it in the street. the materials come. And I said, oh boy, here we go. So they all come, they dump everything, boom, 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 boom. Like a big truck came. I was like, oh snap, dude. Like, I've never had a truck like this deliver anything before. So they came, they delivered everything. They started laying the weed block down. I started laying weed block down with them. We started putting the mulch down. And I was expecting a job to be done in 8 hours. We started at 7. The backyard started to go. We started laying the base rock, the sand. The backyard was finished around 1 o'clock. We had 3 more hours to go. Not looking good, not looking like I'll finish in 1 day. We get done halfway through the job, halfway through the front yard. The backyard is all finished halfway through the front yard, and they're like starting to clean up and go home. I'm like, guys, what are you doing? And he's like, well, it's 8 hours, it's time to go home. I'm like, please finish the job, I'll pay you more, don't worry about it. He said, okay. I ended up paying those guys $300 each. The job is finished, the customer was happy. They actually left me a 5-star Yelp review on my page. Very happy about that. I made $200 on that job. I worked my ass off, hard. But you know what I did know how to do? I figured it out. I finally figured it out. I figured out how to do the job. How to plan everything, how to schedule everything, how to get everything organized. I kind of figured it out. I still had no idea what I was doing. But it gave me a lot of confidence. And a lot of you guys, when you get to that point, you don't need to worry about making a lot of money, dude. You don't. Like, stop trying to make like $1,000 on your first job. If you can, wow, great job. You're ahead of me when I started. But you need to get good at figuring out how to start the job and finish the job and get everything paid for and taken care of, all of the labor done, pay all your subcontractors, pay everyone, okay? And that little bit you have to left over is yours. You take it, you stash it away, and you save it for more tools, because that's exactly what I did. I never took a financial course, I never took an accounting course. It was just a little common sense, okay? If I take that money and go blow it at a bar, guess what? I'm gonna have no money, all right? So I didn't do that. It might have not been a big profit, but that's okay. And now, I was left in a position after the first job. Guess what? Your boy had no work. Yep, I had no work. I'm like, I put all that time and energy on getting a job and doing the job and finishing it. Guess what? I forgot. I needed to advertise more. I needed to do more flyers. My Yelp page was not working yet. It was not working. My Facebook page was not working. My Instagram page was working. The only thing that was working is flyers. So what did I do? The only thing I know how to do is I went out and blasted more flyers on cars. And eventually, it started to pick up. I started to get a call from the flyers. This was all from flyers in the beginning, okay? I got a call from flyers. My second job, I went to it, I closed the deal. It was like the fastest sale I've ever done. I was so happy. I'm like, man, that was easy. The third job, I got it again. It was over 5,000. The fourth job, it was another 5,000. It just kept going up and up and up and up. And then before I knew it, I was at $24,000 job. And that only took me 3 months to get. But here's the thing. It's not that I'm so awesome and funny that people just want to give me money. It's not. Because there's a lot of awesome people that are broke, okay? It's because I've studied and I learned the skill of selling and speaking. This is why you watch me on YouTube, man. It's because you like the way I speak. That's the only reason. It's not because my eyes are so green. I mean, yeah, that's cool, but that's not it. There's a lot of good-looking people out there that don't know how to speak, and they're just annoying to be around. It's like that good-looking guy that girls don't like, and no one understands why until they open their mouth. So understand, you have to get good at communicating. You have to get good at speaking. It's an art form. I wasn't born with this. The best salespeople in the world are not born with this, okay? I've learned this throughout the years of speaking to people, and especially I've learned this in the past 2 years, maybe 3 years. In the past 3 years, I've learned this skill, and it is deadly if you know how to use it. And you can become very wealthy. Think about the wealthiest people on the planet. Bill Gates, incredible salesman. He had to sell the world on using Microsoft. Apple, Steve Jobs, awesome, super salesman. Malcolm X, incredible salesman. All these people are such good salesmen. That's the one thing that you don't have in common with them. You don't know how to sell. And if you do, man, that's incredible. I'm happy for you. But listen, I'm not saying I'm a master salesman, because I'm not. I study every single day. I try to cram my brain with something, with some data, some information. I'm like a computer, dude. I just want data. I keep wanting. I'm like more. Give me more. And the more I get, the smarter I get. And guess what? The more money I can charge. The better job I can do. The more satisfied the customer will be. The more honest and ethical I'll be. Cram your mind with information. Study. Learn. Study incredibly successful people. Like right now, I'm studying Elon Musk. Super guy. Man, what a cool dude. Right? What a cool dude. What a risk taker. What a salesman. What a incredible man. Okay? There's a lot of them out there, dude. We live in a time where everything's available on the computer. And some of you guys, you choose to watch stupid videos on YouTube, man. Come on, dude. Step it up. If you're watching this, you're probably a millennial. You know that, right? You're probably a millennial. You're just like me. You might be a few years younger than me, a few years older than me. Our generation is going to be the most successful. I promise you that. But there's going to be very few of us. There's not going to be dozens of millions of successful people. There's going to be dozens of millions of average, normal, boring, grass-cutting, chew-dipping, redneck hillbillies. That's it. There's not going to be incredible people, man. So we need to step this thing up. This thing we call life, we need to step it up. Guess what? No one's going to do it for you, man. No one's going to live your life the way you want to live your life. Okay? Some of you are like, man, you know, your company's so cool. Yeah, dude, it didn't get like that. You know, people used to shit on me. They used to shit on me. Not physically, but mentally. They used to just call me a joke. I used to go to customers' house. They used to laugh at me. Like, what are you doing, 25-year-old? You don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Now I go in there, I'm competing with 6 other landscapers, and I smoke them. And these guys have been in the industry for 20 years. They're called professionals. That's what I gotta say to professionals, man. I'm a professional. You're a professional. You're constantly studying and searching for answers. The reason you bought this thing is because you want to be great. Okay? This is not some hoorah, woorah, go be successful. This is called skill up. Study. Grant Cardone. Study my stuff. Study any successful person, but don't make it complicated. Okay? Pick one person and go in hard. Gary Vaynerchuk, Tony Robbins, all these people, right? They're very successful in their own craft. For me, I like one person and I go deep on their knowledge. And I just cherry pick a little bit, not too much. I cherry pick a little bit off of other people. I don't go crazy. Some of y'all, you study 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, 10 people, and then you're left with a bunch of knowledge and data that you don't even know how to apply. You got to know how to apply these things. I don't care if you know how to shoot a basketball. If you can't make it in the hoop, it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you know how to do the technique. If you can't apply the technique is useless. I think Bruce Lee said this. If knowledge is power, then what if it's the wrong knowledge? Okay? That, man, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, boom! That shit hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, whoa. If knowledge is power, what if it's the wrong knowledge? Man, that's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. As soon as you stop educating, everything goes downhill. Everything, okay? Everything, your education. And I'm not talking about the education you get in school. That education is useless. And this is how I'm going to prove that the education system is useless and garbage. Any one of your teachers in high school, would you trade your life with theirs? That's how you know. Because the people that I study, I would definitely trade my life with theirs. Like, it would be insane to have Grant's life. That would be so cool. But would I want his life? No, I want my own life. I want to create my own thing. His life is very valuable in my eyes and in millions of other people. So you just got to build a life of value. Some of you guys, and I used to do the same thing. I used to work so hard by myself. When I was like 18, I used to dethatch and aerate lawns. And that was like a pretty good way to make money. And for a dethatching job, I used to get 120 bucks. And for an aerating job, I used to get like 60 bucks. Okay, and aerating was 15, 20 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, man, I'm making a lot of money, dude. And then I got to a point where I could not move up. I was literally just going like this. And if that's you, hey, welcome to the lawn care industry. And you know what? It's not the lawn care industry because of mowing lawns. It's because you're too stingy to hire people. You think it's going to cost money. I learned this, man. Employees do not cost money. I learned this the hard way. Because I should have been where I am right now 6 months ago. Okay? That's how I think. I should have been where I'm at right now 6 months ago. Employees do not cost money. People that help you do not cost money. People that help you work and push your life mission forward and your life goals do not cost money. You know what costs money? Not growing your company. Staying small, staying little baby, thinking like a little ant. That's what costs money. Blowing up your business, that doesn't cost money. I was the same, man. I was afraid to spend money because I thought this little $4,000 that I have saved up, that if I spend this, I'm not going to be able to go out and get more. Now, I don't even think about it. When I want something, I buy it. I don't even think about it, man. I'm like, dude, this is going to help me. This is going to push me forward. This is going to put me in the danger zone. The danger zone. This is going to be dangerous. Dangerous. You got to start being dangerous, man. Stop playing it safe. Go wild. Most people that are watching this are in their 20s and 30s, okay? You have your whole life to play it safe. Just go all in, man. Put those chips in. Put those few little chips you got. Because you thinking your 4,000, 10,000, 100,000 is a lot of money. It's nothing. It's zero compared to what you can actually accomplish if you just push your chips in. Go all in. Hire the people. Buy the equipment. Spend it on advertising. Buy a Yelp page. Spend it on employees. Spend it on subcontractors. Spend it on better tools. Spend it on better equipment. And most important, spend it better on your mind. Stop drinking Red Bull and Monster. Well, what are you doing, dude? I used to do that in high school. And then I realized, I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I drinking this? I don't even feel good. Did you ever ask yourself why you drink that stuff? You feel good for the first 20 minutes, and then after that you feel like shit. It's like the same thing with eating pizza. If I eat pizza, that's not like the thin crust organic, very few ingredients on it. I feel like shit. If I eat Pizza Hut, I'm done for the whole day. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to sell anything. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do nothing. I'm just full and bloated and disgusting. You gotta eat the right food, man. Eat the right food. If you're gonna eat meat, don't eat a hot dog from Costco. Go and get some good steak. Pick your food choices wisely because it does play an important role in your business. Remember, man, not only is your landscaping and lawn care a business, but you as a salesperson and a human being, that is a business in itself. Your job is not only a business. Look at your life as a business. Because at the end of the day, you are your own boss. You make the decisions, okay? Even though you may be the boss of other people, and I hope you are, because that is a good position to be in, man. That is a good position to be in. But at the end of the day, even though you might be right now a solopreneur, and then you watch this and you're like, man, dude, this dude's on something. He's right. I need to stop being a little bitch. I need to stop being a little puke and stop thinking so little about little baby money and little baby employees and little baby jobs. I need to blow up my thinking a little bit and go after the big money. And then the first thing that's going to happen is when you start thinking like that, the mind is going to start playing tricks on you. You're going to be like, how do I do that? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Man, watch the video again, okay? I laid out exactly what I did. Just follow the same steps as I told you. Remember, this product was supposed to be me telling you my story and you learning from it and replicating that story. I don't have a problem with you copying my stuff. I don't care. I hope you do. I hope you do copy it because, hey, it worked for me. It can work for you. If it does work for you, man, if it does work for you, and if anything that I say makes sense, and you're like, hey, that made a lot of sense, you know, my mind is a little bit more clear now. Hey, let me know, bro. Why don't you shoot me a text? Shoot me a message on Facebook and say, hey, man, that was really dope. I really liked what you said. Completely changed my mind and how I thought about business, especially my lawn care business and my landscaping business, man. Now come on, let's do this together. Because you know what I want? I want a bunch of people around me that are successful. Because notice, when you start achieving success and some of your friends are Hillbilly Joe and Hillbilly Bob, guess what? Those people are gonna start hating on you, and that's okay, because you got to pull yourself out of that friend group, man. I'm not in the same friend group as I was 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago. I'm not in the same friend group at all. I'm constantly reaching up, constantly reaching up. This is why YouTube is so cool. Like, YouTube attracts people, and this kind of stuff filters people, okay? When you buy something, it filters people, and those are the people that are super committed. So yeah, if you have a question and you want me to answer it, just shoot me a message on Facebook. Be like, hey man, I bought this product. My name is Jimmy, and I'm from Arkansas, or I'm from Hawaii, whatever, and I got a question about this. If you are a buying customer, I have no problem answering questions. I have no problem spending a little time with you, getting to know you. Because why? Because I know you're committed, and I know you're not a little puke and a little bitch that just sits there and complains about how bad the world is and doesn't do anything. So come on, man. Let's do this together, dog. This is it, man. This is it. I'm coming to the end, dog. I'm coming to the end. I'm coming to the end. Hey, and by the way, I see some of you in the hot sun every single day. I see this a lot. Snapchats, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I see all this, dude. And some of y'all have a short cutoff t-shirt. You don't have any sunblock. And most of you guys are white. What's gonna happen in a few years to your skin, man? Your skin's gonna be toast. You need to be covered from head to toe. You gotta have a long sleeve, some long pants, some comfortable shoes. Stop skimping out on the shoes. And remember, the shoes are not the problem. The problem is you don't make enough money. And you gotta get yourself one of these bad boys. Okay? Come on. I know you like this hat. That is sick. And look at this. Look what I had engraved on the back. Yeah. Success matters. You know it does. So thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I had fun making it. And if you like it, tell me you like it. Leave me a review. Tell people, hey, this little white boy, this crackerjack, he's on to something. And he helped me out. And if you got some ideas, man, share them with me. I hope you make a YouTube channel, you know? I want some ideas to go back and forth. You know? Some exchange other than money. If you like my stuff, tell me, man. If you don't like my stuff, tell me, man. It's okay. But look, if you have an idea of what you want me to talk about on the next product, because I'm going to start doing these every month. Okay? Every month I'm going to start doing this. And if you have an idea of what you want me to talk about, like contracts, that could be one. I don't know if that's a little boring. Maybe like reading plans. I don't know. That's something. Or maybe talking to a customer. Whatever. If you have an idea and you have like some things that you're struggling with, shoot me a message and be like, hey, help a brother out. So here, man. Cheers to you.